A player warms up. They walk to the first tee. Driver. Approach. Next hole. Driver. Approach. Over the course of 18 holes, they will hit dozens of shots and walk several kilometers. They walk off the final green feeling a sense of accomplishment, convinced the last 4 hours were spent in a rigorous practice session. In reality, they have simply performed a rehearsal in a familiar environment. Repetition alone only makes a player consistent at what they are already doing, whether those habits are good or bad. Most amateurs believe that if they just play more, their game will eventually sort itself out. But activity is not improvement. Hitting the same shots without a clear objective is like a programmer typing the same broken command into a terminal over and over. It is a loop of activity that never expands actual ability. Effort without intent creates a psychological trap. It provides the satisfying feeling of hard work, while the player's actual skill remains stationary. On a home course, the environment is defined by cognitive familiarity. A player knows the layout, the exact distances, and where past shots have landed. This lack of uncertainty allows the brain to coast. Because the surroundings are predictable, the body is never forced to adapt to a new challenge. This comfort changes how mistakes are processed. Instead of investigating the mechanical cause of a miss, players tend to deflect. A bad shot is called unlucky. A good one is accepted simply because it felt right. During a standard round, the data points that actually matter are ignored. The face angle at impact, the precision of the start line, and the centeredness of the strike are all sacrificed for the sake of just getting through the hole. This environment serves as an ego protection mechanism. It provides just enough successful shots to mask the reality that no real progress is happening. When a flawed swing action triggers only an emotional reaction, it cycles right back into the next swing. This bypasses the critical window where a mechanical adjustment should occur. Repeating an inconsistent strike does not smooth out the roughness. Without a mechanical correction, each repetition reinforces the bad habit at a neurological level. Every uncorrected swing effectively automates your flaws, turning a temporary mistake into a permanent physical pattern. True skill acquisition requires friction and mental discomfort that mindless repetition simply cannot provide. Playing more golf without a feedback loop cements your fundamental mistakes into muscle memory, making you consistently worse over time. Golf is an unscripted game where conditions are never the same twice. There is a massive gap between rehearsing a script on a familiar course and training the body for unscripted adaptability. To break the automation loop, a player must introduce intentional, structured discomfort into their routine. Real improvement begins when you abandon the ego protection of the course in favor of a rigid, analytical practice structure. Dismantling flaws requires a structured methodology: intent, constraints, feedback, variation, and reflection. Set granular goals like start line. Force adaptation using one club for multiple targets. Objectively measure outcomes like strike location. Alter trajectories and analyze results to replace mindless motion with deliberate effort. Applying these 5 variables replaces comfortable familiarity with the deliberate variation required to actually change your technique. Repetition builds familiarity, but only variation and feedback build skill. The next time you walk off the course, ask yourself, what exactly did I try to change? If the answer is nothing, then nothing will change.